tired. And if you have questions, just stop me. I don't care. Okay, I think we're recording. That's probably an awesome way to start this video. Okay, so I'm just gonna screen share really quick. I feel like the nutrition part of the program is always the hardest and always the most confusing, and people either they don't follow it or they overcomplicate the crap out of it, and it's actually very, very simple. So, you know, all of the Portion Fix nutrition plans are based off of macros. They're written by nutritionists, and so they just simplify macro counting so that you don't have to actually look at the food labels and count them all and all that stuff. Like, you don't have to track your macros because the containers literally do it for you. If you're doing Live 4, it doesn't come with containers because he even simplified it even more. And in the food list, he just tells you the amount, which that's really all the containers are. They're just a measuring tool, but they're color coded, so they're easy. So, you know, green is vegetables and purple is fruit and red is protein. Like, so it's just easy to grab your green one, fill it up, and you're done. But at the same time, it tells you in the program guides how much quantity, and as you practice, they get easier and easier. So I'm going to screen share really quick, since most of you probably don't have your packages. I know a few of you just barely ordered in the last couple days. So I'm going to screen share really quickly my Beachbody On Demand so that you guys know. Do you guys see that? Can you see that? Okay. Okay, so this is what your Beachbody On Demand looks like. Obviously, if you haven't been on it, you'll have your workouts, nutrition, all that stuff up here. The nutrition tab is where you would find To Be Mindset. If you have purchased To Be Mindset, that's separate. And then you have your nutrition channel. So you can have, this has Shakeology recipes, which are also all on plan, obviously, but they're super fun to be able to try different things. If you're just shaking it with water, don't do that. It's much better to like mix it up and make it fun. And yeah, Lexi, Lex, right. And the other misconception, I think, when you're starting is that you're going to be hungry all the time. And more than likely, you're going to actually be not hungry. You actually eat a lot more than you think when you're eating healthy. And this is more lifestyle based, so you will lose weight with it. But we want you guys to have a good relationship with food. We don't want this to be a diet mentality that you feel like you're cheating or depriving yourself or anything like that. And that's what I love about Live 4 is he incorporates an entire day that you can cheat. If you know something's coming, you can move it around your life because life happens and that's normal. So Shakeology recipes, and then Fixate has a ton of basically Portion Fix recipes and videos and resources. This is I can't recommend exploring Fixate enough, just because it helps so much with understanding the containers, or if you're not using the containers, it's the same concept, really. So if you go to the videos, these are your foundational videos. She basically teaches you like how they work, different ways to meal prep because everybody is different. And then if you keep scrolling, you can do breakfast, entree, sides. So if you're struggling with like knowing what to eat or how to eat, or recipes or fitting recipes into your meal plan, especially at first, because sometimes I feel like, you know, we do overcomplicate them. But this is an awesome resource to find recipes. And they're quick little 5-minute videos. They tell you all the container counts in the recipe and all that stuff. And then you can do the Fix It. You can download these as well to your if you all guys have the iPhone app, I'm gonna unshare for just a second so you can see me. If you guys have iPhone, there is an app called Nutrittion Plus. It's by Beachbody. It will have Fixate. If you have To Be Mindset, it has everything on there, and I'll show you really quickly what it looks like. So you probably can't see. Oh, okay. So it's called Nutrittion Plus. I don't know if you can see this. No. Anyway, download it if you have an iPhone. It tracks your day. You can track your water, your weight. You can log your Shakeology in it. But then you can also go in and customize your portions for the day. So whatever food list you're on. So make sure you're reading your materials. So I'm probably getting ahead of myself. These little program guides literally tell you everything. They tell you everything you need to know. It's pretty simple. So you're going to find, so this is Lift 4's nutrition plans on page. It tells you at the top, this is honestly the most simplified version. 21-Day Fix has you do this formula and stuff. So you find your weight, and then it will put you in a bracket. And then it will tell you how many portions of each food group you get. So for greens, I'm in plan D, so I get 6 green vegetables, 4 proteins. What? I'm in the middle of something, dude. So it just tells you your food list. And then on your app, you can customize how many you have. And then you can track it during the day. So it has breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and you can put how many servings you ate for each meal during the day so that you can keep track. I would say tracking is honestly one of the biggest tools and the best things you can do, especially when you're first starting, because if you're just calculating it in your head, we always think that we eat more vegetables, and we don't. We usually eat more carbs than we think. At least that's my, every time I think I do good, and then I go back and look, I'm like, oh, well, I overate today. So track your portions in some way. Find something that works for you. But the nutrition app for me is really easy. It also has, all the Fixate stuff in it. It's built into the app. So you don't have to be on Beachbody On Demand. It's all built in. So you can access the recipes. So if you're at the grocery store and you don't know what to buy or something, or you forget to write it down, you can access it from the app. You can also do your videos, like To Be Mindset videos, the Fixate videos, the Shakeology videos. And then you have your own account stuff. I was going to tell you one other thing. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, when you click on the containers, there's also the food list. So it will list every single food available under each food group. So vegetables. So if you're wondering what a sweet potato is and you can't remember, you can click on it. It will tell you it's a carb. So pretty much the food lists are anything that's like a whole plant-based food, unprocessed, lean meats. I haven't come across anything like fruit or vegetable wise that's not on the list that I would eat. And if it's a whole food, it's fine. They just keep it pretty the basics of what 90% of people in America eat, I guess. And then let's see. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. So I guess that's the first thing. Figure out what bracket you're in. Figure out your container count, or how many portions, I guess, for whatever program you're doing. So that's where I'm going to go back and screen share. And I can show you all this on the screen. Okay, so when you go into your workouts, oh, I'm in the middle of the screen. Hold on. Okay, so say a lot of you, I think, are doing Lift 4. We'll just go into that just so you can kind of get an idea. They have intro videos of what they're all about, intro to the nutrition. Up here, it will say program materials. That is where your workout calendar is. So it will tell you when you start, which ones you should be doing each day. It has your progression tracker that you can print off. This is to help track your weights and how heavy you're lifting. And then you have your nutrition plans. Every one of the nutrition plans has a vegan option or a regular option if you are vegan or vegetarian. So this is literally this book in a PDF form. So everything's on here. It tells you all about the program. If you haven't already, track your measurements because you will lose inches like crazy without realizing it. So make sure you track your progress and take before pictures. Like that is crucial and it's scary and nobody likes to do it, but you will kick yourself later, I promise you, if you don't. So make sure you're tracking it because the scale messes with people's heads and you'll lose like a pound or something and you will get all frustrated, but you probably lost like 10 inches or something and you didn't even know it if you don't track. So you have to be finding all the different avenues to find, to see your progress, I guess, so that you don't get discouraged because things are going to happen and plateaus happen and all that kind of stuff and it messes with you. So finding those non-scale victories, finding the different ways of tracking progress is huge. This is what I was talking about with the different plans. It tells you based off of your weight. If you do feel too hungry, bump up a bracket. It's within a few hundred calories, so you're not going to like gain weight doing it. I always tell people to start with vegetables. If you're still super hungry, start with veggies, then go with protein to help you like, you know, kind of go in that circle of, okay, am I really hungry or am I just bored or am I, you know what I mean? Like figure out if it's really hunger or actually start with water. That's what you need to start with. Start with water, then veggies, and then protein if you're still hungry. And a lot of times before you go to bed, you will be hungry before bed, which is actually a good thing. That means your metabolism is going to work all night long and burn fat because you actually burn more fat while you're sleeping than you do during the day. And that's why good rest is important. So try and get as much sleep as you can too. I know that's really hard with new babies and children in general. So, but sleep really does help. The meal plans also have sample meal plans that you can base if you really need it written out for you. They have samples of how to do it. And honestly, that gets easier and easier the more you do it. A little bit about Performance Line. If you guys don't know about Performance Line, it's amazing. Energize will help. It's a pre-workout. All of our supplements are natural. They don't have like crazy amounts of caffeine and stuff. This is caffeine from green tea leaf extract and coffee bean extract or something like that. But they're all natural. This really helps with your workouts to push through your workouts. Hydrate is like Gatorade. It replenishes electrolytes. And then you have your Recover. And this will help a ton. If you guys are really, really sore, get some Recover. It really does help with your muscle soreness. The Recharge probably doesn't get as much credit because I think people forget about it. But this one you drink before bed, and it also helps with muscle recovery. And most of you probably aren't going to be taking creatine because that's like a dude most of the time. So this is all about how you cheat. You're allowed to cheat once a week with Lift 4. In like say 21-day fix, you get treat swaps. So you can swap one of your carbs for a treat. And that it's kind of the same concept for the most part, but just be smart about it. Don't go binge and ruin all your progress for the week. But knowing that it's available if you're going on a date or that's it takes away the guilt and it takes away that, oh my gosh, you just messed up on my meal plan, because it's part of the meal plan. It's part of what you're doing. These are your food lists. When you're looking at the food lists, they strategically list these. They're not listed in alphabetical order because they list them based on they want to give you the best nutrient dense, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like the lowest glycemic index that's going to give you like the best results. So if you really, really want to like hone in on your results and have like super, super good results, you want to eat towards the top of the list. Those are going to be the most nutrient dense, calorie wise, all that kind of stuff. But everything on the list is approved. So, but if you're wondering why maybe you're not getting results and you're eating pancakes every single day, maybe switch that up and eat something more at the top of the list and see if that helps. You have to play around with it because everybody's different. Everybody has different reactions to food and things like that. And so if you're noticing stuff like that, play around with your food, play around with the times of day you're eating them. Like for me, I try to eat more of my carbs at the beginning of the day where I need energy, and then I'll maybe have one for dinner instead of saving all of them for dinner. So things like that, just playing around with your portions can help with your results. And then let's see, what else was I going to show you? I think that's like the basics of it. It's honestly, it's just takes doing it for a little bit for you to really understand it. But it is pretty simple. It's nothing like super intense or anything like that. Let's see. Is it the same for an iPhone? I don't have a computer. It should be. Yeah, you can access it on your iPhone. Oh yeah, that's a good point too, Raina. If you do have a lot of weight to lose, you can bump down a bracket food-wise as well. But is there anything like specific that you guys are concerned about or worried about or you're struggling with? I know, Heather, you've been doing this for a little bit. So this is probably all like just whatever. But yeah, is there anything that you are curious about or wondering about? I know a big question I get with my new people is when you drink your Shakeology, and you can drink it any time of the day, whatever is easiest for you. A lot of my people drink it for breakfast in the morning. I like it in the afternoon. I'm actually drinking it for dinner. So whenever, it doesn't really matter. Go right now.
So when you mix your Shakeology, like for instance, if I wanted to mix it and take it to work with me and drink it later, is that okay? Or does it like...
So typically they say it doesn't change anything in it, but it does separate a little bit and it will go frothy. So it changes the texture of it. So if you put it in the fridge, you'll notice it gets like all foamy on the top. If you shake it up, you can still drink it as long as it's cold. But if you left it out, it would for sure go bad really quickly because it's all real food. They say to drink it for the best tasting, you should drink it within 30 minutes of mixing it. So I know some people who blend it and put it in the fridge and still drink it, but it like goes frothy and separates, and it's kind of weird, but you can. Yeah. One thing with Shakeology, for me, when I first started, I was eating like complete garbage. I went from like eating complete garbage to like being super strict and working out, and you'll go through a detox phase and it sucks. Just keep going. Like I felt like I had the flu. I had the worst diarrhea of my life. Like I was just physically, I was so sick. And I think that's something, I think a lot of people like get frustrated when they first start eating healthy because sometimes it actually makes you feel crappy for a few weeks. And it's that detox and it's getting all that crap moved out of you. Especially with Shakeology where it has all the digestive enzymes and pre and probiotics, it's really cleaning out your guts. And if you have a lot of processed foods and things that things that you're used to, they kind of hate each other. Like Shakeology will like a lot of people will get gut aches or they'll feel sick to their stomach or nauseous, and it's usually because it's trying to work all that stuff out. So the cleaner you eat and the more you stick to the food list, one, the better it is on your intestines in general, because it's a natural process that it's cleaning itself out, where a lot of processed foods our bodies aren't designed to digest, and so they'll get trapped in our gut. That's what, leaky gut issues happen, indigestion, all those things happen. And so those digestive enzymes are little fillers that basically pull things out of your guts. And it can be uncomfortable, but just stick with it. If you have to, I had to go down to a half of a scoop for a few weeks until my body regulated and adjusted to eating a clean diet, because it's literally like cleansing all the crap out of your body. But once you get through that detox phase, you'll feel so much better. I literally felt like this fog lifted off of me. It was weird. But it wasn't fun at first. And so if you're starting to feel stuff, reach out to your coach, talk to us and let us know what's going on, and we can, work it through. Sometimes it's the whey protein. Some people are really sensitive to dairy, and so sometimes it's that. But I would give it a good month before you switch and just really try and work it out. Because 9 times out of 10 it's detox. So, not to scare anyone, but that can happen. So just be aware. It's worth it though. Get through that first couple weeks and then you feel so much better. Your energy is better. It's like a drug detox, honestly, especially sugar, caffeine, anything like that, can be really hard to come off of. So, the other thing too, as you detox, if you don't like Shakeology at first and it's just not sitting well, or you can't find something that's like a way of mixing it, the cleaner you eat, the sweeter it tastes and the better it tastes. It's weird, but your taste buds change. It's crazy, but it's true. What else? Anything else, Raina, that you can think of? Or Brandy? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Any questions? Anything you guys want to chat about? I know this is hopefully the next one, today was super last minute. So this wasn't hopefully the next one we'll get a few more people and we can talk about all your progress and all that fun stuff. How are you feeling after your vacation, Heather?
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, good. I had a bad week.
Oh,
I had 5 days in a row and I missed 3 workouts, but I'm getting back on track now.
Yeah. Well, that's honestly, stuff like that happens. It's expected. Yeah. So
I tried to avoid it and then I was like, you know what, screw it.
And sometimes it's honestly, we went to Disneyland 4 months into my journey and I had not cheated once, nothing. I was so on top of everything. I was just focused and in the zone. And I'm I tried to be good the first 2 days of Disneyland, and I'm the whole fun of Disneyland is the treats. So I get it. It's all. And
well, I'm usually really, really, really disciplined, so I allow myself to enjoy holidays and birthdays and stuff like that and try to not feel guilty about it. But I do feel guilty.
I know a lot that's something I hope people start to realize is when you create, for me, when I was I didn't want to do a diet, I knew I needed to change habits, that scared me, because I think sometimes people think if you eat healthy for the rest of your life, you're eating crappy diet food and you're not normal. And it's not true. You can really eat normal food and it tastes good.
I've been on the diet cycle for 20 years now.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until this cycle that I finally figured out the whole lifestyle change thing, because I was the same. That lifestyle change scared me. Because I could do it temporarily, but I didn't want to give up everything forever.
Yeah.
So if I can figure out a way to just do it in moderation and eat healthy the rest of the time, but still be able to enjoy holidays and stuff.
Yes.
Because otherwise I would rather be chubby than.
I am the same way. I've told my husband so many times, I'd rather be fat than to give up something that I love so much. Like,
Right.
I love food. Like, why do you want to give up things that you love? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me though. And that I think that's really important. I think it's way more sustainable and easier to stick with. It may take a little bit longer to get your results. You're not going to maybe drop 50 pounds in 3 months, but you're more likely going to keep it off and feel better. And it's just so much easier to do it little bits at a time. And you're going to have phases in life that you are super disciplined and strict, and other times that it's like life wins, and that's okay. You know? So
You have to allow for that. And when you have kids like ours too,
yes.
times it's either alcohol or cupcakes.
It's so true.
Yeah.
So true. You gotta pick your battles.
Yeah.
I'm with you. And I think that's what I like about, like, the longer I've been doing it and the more I've found like alternate like cheats that are maybe healthier but still satisfy me. Like, so I'm not binging on the whole bag of chocolate chips in the cupboard or something. Like, I can handle a couple and it helps like take the edge off without, where before it was like, I'm going to eat every ounce of this so it's not in my sight.
Yeah.
I still have moments like that once in a while, but for the most part. So, well, good. I'm happy that it's working and that things are going well. So, yeah. Holidays and birthdays and just anything in life that, like, I mean, even school starting is stressful. And so, like, preparing for, like, changes can be hard. And so just adapting it, sometimes it puts a bump in the road and you just figure out a different way of going about it and just keep going. So, okay. Is anyone else have anything they can think of they want to say? I promise these will get more fun. The more people we have on, like, I want to do like little shout outs and prizes and fun things as we keep going, because I think it will be super fun.
I love what you're doing with the August, the goals.
Yes. And I think that's another thing is, for me, my only goal when I started was to lose 100 pounds. And you know how freaking daunting that is?
Yeah.
It was like, I never in a million, it was like, there's no way I'm going to do this, but that's my goal. And so to be able to just take bite-sized chunks of it, I actually got closer to it than I ever thought I would. I mean, so I think it's really important to reevaluate that every month and find little things that you want to work on, because there are some months that, like Christmas, for instance, maybe that's not a month that you want to make a weight loss goal. Maybe that's just a month that you want to be
maintenance
20, or, like that you just want to work out 4 days a week and like not completely fall off the wagon. So it's going to be different for everybody every month, but I think it will be, it's always better to put your goals out there and write them down and talk to people about them, because it does help you with your accountability. And that's the point of all this. So
that's what I like, is the accountability by posting what your goal is with the pictures and everything. And then that out there.
Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be good.
Yeah.
That came to me at 2 a.m. in the morning last night. I was like, I think that's a good idea. And I typed it to all my coaches. I'm like, I hope that makes sense. But I'm excited for it. I think it will be good. Because then it keeps it new and fresh for you guys too. And it's your own goal and not just us making up something for you to work on that maybe you could care less about.
Right.
So I think it will be good. Anything else you guys can think of? At all? Anything? We're doing our headbands. So we're going to be giving some of those away in our group. And I think we haven't completely figured everything out, but I've talked to Brandy and Emily a little bit about it. I I think it might be fun to like open it up to our challengers and our clients first, so you guys get first picks if you guys want them. So we'll do like a little VIP. You'll be our VIPs. So
Okay.
Okay, well, we won't keep you very long, but we'll keep it short and sweet. And if you guys think of anything, just let us know. And, just know that we're here for you and we're rooting for you and we want you guys to succeed. So hopefully that helped anyone new watching this or watching the recording, just to even have an idea of where to find things or where to get started. But anything else, Raina?
And try the cauliflower rice in it. So I'll let you know.
I actually like it.
Oh, you've had it?
The rice cauliflower?
In the shake?
Oh, in my shake. Oh, no, I haven't put it in my shake. No, I just eat in my shake.
Shake. Let's see.
I bet it's good. Let me know how. Yeah, let me know, because I've put rice cauliflower in oatmeal before with like cinnamon and like maple syrup or something, just to like beef it up. One, it was way too big for serving, but it wasn't bad. Like you could taste like a hint of the cauliflower, but it actually really pulls like whatever flavor you're putting it with. So,
Well, I will see.
hey, well, let us know how it goes.
I will.
Yeah. If you guys need any good shake recipes or tips or tricks or suggestions, if you find a good recipe you like, post it in the group, or something that you're really liking to eat or whatever. Like, I think everyone needs ideas and is always looking for stuff like that. And we need to be better about that too. I get really lazy and I'm like, oh, nobody cares because I just threw this on a plate and it's nothing special. But I think sometimes that's good too, because then you don't. Meal prep sucks. So if you can just throw something together fast, that's good too. So that is another thing about meal prep. If you go through the Fixate stuff, and she talks about a couple different ways to meal prep. I've done both, honestly, and they both serve different purposes. But meal prep, if you're busy and working or crazy schedule, meal prep will help you a ton because you can just grab it out of the fridge and it's done. It takes a minute to kind of figure it out for what works best for you, but if you can take an hour on the weekend or whatever your schedule is, it's worth it. It helps a ton. Even just, yeah. So watch those videos if you need help with that. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for hopping on with us. I'm going to stop this recording.